The following program does not necessarily reflect the opinions and viewpoints of the staff and management of this station.
Welcome to the wonderful world of seniors, the best of all worlds. You now have the time, resources, and ability to enjoy what you have worked for all your life. So let's explore the many possibilities available to seniors on Senior World Radio. Senior World Radio is your source for senior citizens-related topics, information, and entertainment. Now, here is your host of Senior World Radio, Glenn Howard.
Last week we had the privilege of going down to Skyline Ministry, 500 South East 15th. Met a couple of ladies down there who shared with us more about what Skyline Ministry does. And I was very impressed with some of the things I saw, so I asked Brandy Conrad, one of the ladies we were talking to. Brandy is the Food Resource Center Director, if we could come back and get a chance to visit with some of the people working with her. Brandy, good to be back with you again.
Thank you for having me.
Well, I appreciate so much what you're doing, and particularly the ministry that we saw with Skyline Urban Ministry, and it's a singular, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Skyline Urban Ministry, of course, is funded by the Methodist Church, but serves people in need. And Brandy, that new food pantry in there is one of the neatest things I have seen for providing assistance to low-income families. That's fantastic.
I agree. It's one of the, we started out as a one closet pantry, and we've blossomed into what you would call a small grocery store with industrial freezers, industrial refrigeration, aisles, just like if you were at Walmart.
Now, one of the things that you told me, though, there is no minimum requirement for people receiving benefit from that. Why is that?
Well, a lot of people would think that we should have one. There isn't a minimum for the simple fact that we do not know everybody's life. We do not know what life has thrown at us, and sometimes it can throw us some many curveballs.
You shared a story with me the other day about a particular family. Tell me about that one.
I just happened to be this past Christmas time. I was at Walmart, and a lady had seen me there, and she noticed that I had my name tag on, and it had that I was a food pantry director. And so she asked about it and said, and she was really embarrassed and said, "I've never had to utilize one before." And I noticed that she had a name tag on as well. She worked at Citibank right there inside Walmart. And she went along, and I went along and started asking her questions. And when I did, I found out that her husband had actually worked at Tinker, had been furloughed and haven't received a paycheck in over 3 months. And she had been in a car wreck 4 months prior. That was her first day back at work. And they had medical bills running out the ears. And the people that hit her in the car wreck didn't have insurance as well. So they were struggling day for day, paying bills, making sure utilities didn't get cut off because she had 4 kids at home as well. Where DHS goes back 6 months to decide whether or not you're eligible for food stamps. It showed 6 months ago they had an income, a good income. So we don't know people's day-to-day life. We don't know what someone's going through, struggling with. So we take that into consideration.
So anybody who really has need or someone that you can help. I'm impressed with that. You've got some of your workers here. Let me meet, what is your name?
My name is Latasha Hughes.
Latasha, how long have you been involved with Skyline?
About a year and a half.
Year and a half. How did you first hear about Skyline?
I had to use the food pantry.
Okay, tell me more. Why?
Well, I'm a single mother of 3. Had hard times finding jobs, so I had to get on assistance. And I had got food stamps, and usually food stamps only last for maybe 3 weeks because I do have 2 big boys. Mm-hmm. And I had to get groceries.
So how did you hear about Skyline?
Through the DHS gave me a referral to get food.
Did you live close by here? Was it easy to get to?
No, that was at Northwest 8th when I first utilized the food pantry.
And you were living where? What part of town?
I was living Northwest 10th.
So it wasn't that far away for you?
And there's a bus that went right in front of it and everything. So.
Where are you from? Are you a native Oklahoma City girl?
Yes, I am. I'm Kiowa, and I've been here in Oklahoma City my whole life.
Okay. What has Skyline really meant to you? How has it helped you?
A blessing. I'm blessed by the best. I had utilized that food pantry. I never knew that I would be working here.
Now, Brandy, she is working with you now?
She is now my assistant. She started out as a TANF worker, which...
Now, wait a minute. What is a TANF worker?
Temporary assistance to needy families. It's through the DHS.
I see.
Basically, it's the old welfare. It's what we used to call welfare.
Uh-huh.
And for them to be able to get a check from DHS now, they have to put in 30 hours of community service somewhere and then only get paid $13 a day. She started out as that, catching, and mind you, she was over here at this site at 500 Southeast 15th, our new location, and she was having to catch anywhere from 6 to 7 buses a day to get her kids to school, daycare, and then back. And then, so she was doing such a good job at that, getting here on time, staying late when needed, and I just seen all the amazing work that she was doing. I was hearing all about her. I needed an assistant, so I interviewed her, and she's been with me ever since. She's the best thing that's ever happened to me. Probably the best hiring position that I've ever hired.
So, Latasha, this is now your job. You're an employee here, huh?
Yes, sir.
How old are your kids?
I have a 16-year-old boy, a 12-year-old boy, and a 5-year-old daughter.
So this this is probably survival for them, isn't it?
Yes, sir, it is.
You enjoy it?
Yes, I do. I love everybody here.
Also, let's see. Your name is what?
Kelly,
Kelly. Kelly, how long have you been here?
since 2010. I was at 8th Street first.
I see. Now, are you also working here, or are you just...
I'm a volunteer.
You're a volunteer. Have you retired before some other occupation, or what do you
I'm
do?
on total disability.
Your total disability. So, Skyline means what to you?
Means a lot. It helps me to stay out of trouble for a few hours. You know? And it helped me get my meds when I first came back to Oklahoma from California.
So, are you a native Californian, or are you a
Native
Okie?
Oklahoman.
How'd you get out of California?
Went out there after I got out of the military.
Ah, okay. So then
Stayed there for 20 years, came back here.
So coming back to Oklahoma, you needed some help for your medicines, and Skyline met your need on that one, huh?
Yeah.
Brandy, I didn't know that you were involved in giving out medical assistance. Now, you have the eye clinic.
We have the eye clinic. We don't really do medical.
Mm-hmm.
There are special cases, and mind you, he's been here since, when did you say, Kelly?
2010.
2010.
Four
So,
years.
things were different. Things change.
Mm-hmm.
If we see that someone is needing help in something and they can't get it somewhere else, we will step up if we can, possibly financially. Also, we refer people to Crossings Clinic, which also gets prescriptions for people that are in need of prescriptions. Epworth Villa is another place that we will refer clients to because they will fill clients' prescriptions.
As a volunteer, they don't pay you very much for that, do they?
No.
So what do you have? Do you have Social Security, or what is your income?
I get SSI.
You get SSI. And so this provides you with activity, and SSI provides you with your basics, and you have a little bit of food to go along with it, and that's about it, huh?
Yeah, that's about it.
So what do you do here as a volunteer?
I help stock, I help the driver that goes picks up at other places, and then whatever Brandy else has for us to do.
Oh, very interesting. Brandy, one of the things that I was very impressed with, your eye clinic down here, when I walked in the door this morning, there is a room full of people waiting to get into the eye clinic.
On Wednesdays, what happens on Wednesdays is that all the people that we have sent out throughout Oklahoma City to get their eyes checked, or if they have came down here, because we do have all the equipment here to be able to do that as well, they come back on Wednesdays to get their prescription filled. So what they do is they get fitted and pick out their glasses, because they get to pick out their own frames. It's not the 1950 big pop bottle glasses, unless that's what you prefer, but you actually get to pick out your frames, and we have nice frames as well.
Latasha, as a volunteer around here, or you're not a volunteer, as a worker around here, what are your duties? What kind of things do you do?
A little bit of everything.
Which includes?
I'm a girl Friday. I do everything. I'm the warehouse, I'm the stalker, I'm the phone answerer, I'm the greeter. Anything she would like for me to do.
Do you do much work with the clothing?
That's where I started out. I started out there when I was on TANF for at least 5 to 6 months. And I did the clothing closet. That's sorting clothes, hanging clothes, making sure the clothes are looking nice. So, yeah, I started out the clothing closet.
Okay. And is that clothing closet open every day, or when do people get to come in for that?
Well, that's Monday through Friday. They have from 12:30 to 2:30. We also have referrals Tuesdays and Thursdays from 11 to 12:30. And that's when people can get a referral and get up to 10 free items for themselves.
10 free items.
Yes, sir.
Brandy, is everything that you do here, is it free to the people, or do they make any kind of a contribution toward it, or how does that work?
Well, it depends on what it is. Of course, the food is completely free. The eyeglasses, single vision is $35. Bifocals are $55. The exam, though, is completely free. If you fall under the federal poverty guidelines of the state of Oklahoma, which many Oklahomans do, you qualify for a grant, which will make your glasses only $10. And we also have partner with agencies out there that even if we have some that can't afford the $10, we will refer them to them, and then they usually will take care of the $10.
How do you really screen people that come in? I can see, you don't want to reward laziness. So people who just simply choose not to work or whatever, how do you evaluate people to decide? Because it's not a throw open the door and everybody come in and help yourself to everything you want type thing. We
actually have a really good intake process as far as our food resource center is concerned. They come in, they sit down in a cubicle. We go over, what their needs are. We need to know what their needs are. We don't want to be just a temporary fix to our clients. We want to be part of their solution. So the more we know about them, to be able to refer them other places, to be able to see them grow in their life and make that next step.
So screening becomes very important for something like this. Brandy, we got to take a break right now. I'm Glenn Howard, Senior World Radio, visiting with Brandy Conrad and some of her assistants out at the Skyline Urban Ministry, 500 Southeast 15th. We're going to be getting a chance to tell you about some of our wonderful sponsors for just a moment, and then we're coming right back, so please stay right here with me.
You're nobody till somebody loves you.
Have you ever had a problem, but it seemed like there was no one who could help? You spent hours calling around, being referred from one place to the next. Well, not anymore. I want to tell you about a free and easy-to-use service in Oklahoma. 211 is a simple 3-digit phone number to get help or to give help when you don't know where to turn. Dialing 211 only takes a minute, and you are connected with a caring Oklahoman who will help you find the assistance you've been looking for. With access to over 13,000 programs, Heartline 211 can connect you to local resources for many different needs, including health care, food, counseling, rent assistance, disability assistance, job services, and much more. 211 is a service of Heartline, a United Way partner agency. 211, the right first call to get help or give help 24 hours a day.
Hi, my name's Jason Ledlow, president of UT Phone, the ultimate telephone service. We're proud to be a sponsor of Senior World Radio with Glenn Howard. UT Phone is dedicated to providing Oklahomans affordable telephone service all across our great state. We have Lifeline home phone service starting at just $1.95. That's right, just $1.95, and most of Oklahoma's seniors qualify for this reduced home phone service. They get to keep their old home phone number, and it even includes long distance. Another great feature of UT Phone's customers really like is that it includes repair service. That's right, any repairs at no additional charge. With many telephone services charging $40 to $50 per month, it makes sense to switch your service to UT Phone. This service is a federal program that is provided through the Universal Service Fund. There is only one per household, so make it UT Phone's home phone service for $1.95. Give us a call at 800-996-0098. Again, call 996-0098.
I've made up my mind.
And welcome back to Senior World Radio. Brandy, it's a lot of fun talking to some of the people you've had around here.
It is. It's a joy. It makes my day every time I come to work.
I know it does. I'm interested in the fact that you do minister to a pretty wide range of ages. In fact, met a young man here. What's your name?
My name is Christopher Walker.
Christopher Walker. How old are you, Christopher?
23 years old.
23. And so why are you coming to Skyline? Is that the fact that you've got a cast on that right arm and all bound up, is that having any effect on you?
No, it's not having any effect on me. I came today to be able to, I say that what's affecting me that brought me here is my eyesight.
Your eyesight,
Yes,
okay. What kind of work do you do?
I do masonry work. Building.
Masonry work.
Yes, sir.
I'd say it's kind of hard to do masonry work when you only have one hand.
Yeah, I just did this, what was it, Sunday, and just had surgery on the Monday, and gotta get back right so I can start back working.
I see.
Yeah.
So what you're in here for is you're having eye trouble?
Yes, sir, for my eyesight.
So they're going to what, examine your eyes?
They already examined my eyes, but now I'm here to pick out my glasses, and they helped me out with that.
Okay.
They've helped me for the past 4 years with my glasses.
How about that? Brandy, I am really impressed with the optical facility you have in there. Who are the physicians or the doctors that do that?
They're all Oklahoma City doctors. They're all throughout the metro. Some of them volunteer their time here, and then some of them volunteer their office space. Depending on if they want to drive down here to be able to do the exams, or we can actually send our clients or the patients to their office and they will do their free eye exam within their own office. It is complete. The exams are completely free. The doctors do this and volunteer their time and do it for nothing for them.
I think that's a tremendous ministry. The other day when I was down here, I did meet an interesting couple in the dining room in there. And what was your name?
Jillian Wilkes.
Jillian Wilkes.
Yeah.
And who's this good-looking lady sitting here
Miss
beside you?
Charlene Wilkes.
Huh?
Miss Charlene Wilkes.
Charlene. Hello, Charlene.
Hi there.
Wow.
How long you guys been coming down to Skyline?
10 years?
10, 12 years, probably.
10 or more, maybe.
Okay. And you don't look to me like you're 22 years old.
You want me to tell you the truth?
Yeah, how old are you?
Give me another 13, I'll be 100.
13 years, you'll be 100. So that means you're about 87 years old right now.
Yeah,
How
right.
about that? How long you guys been married?
Going on this 18 years, I guess.
In
18?
February, it'll be 18 years.
Okay. Are you both native Oklahoma Cityans?
No, I was from West Texas.
West
A
Texas.
little bit of town, Alpine.
Alpine. Well, I used to live on the panhandle of Texas, a town called McLean, but I've never been to Alpine. Where's Alpine? Down by El Paso?
Anyway, I was about 220 miles east of El Paso.
Okay.
But a little bit south.
I see.
Big
And
bean country.
What did you do down there?
Ranching, and then my dad had a feed store. And after that, I went to El Paso and worked for it, just before I went to service.
Okay, so you could really be called a cowboy from Texas.
Well, it's been a long time, but I've hit the ground many a time.
And how did you meet this young lady right here?
A friend of mine, I had a restaurant at the time. A friend of mine came in all the time, and he had a band, and he kept inviting us over to his house, and that's where I met her. She hid behind a great big old bass guitar. What do you call it?
He played the bass.
Upright bass. Had to duck go in that door there.
So do you dance?
Oh, you bet. Every Friday night.
Every Friday night. So you met her dancing at a...
Well, I know I was at this guy's house, and they had a band. He did at the time. We've had one out at Nicole Park now for 13 years. Every Friday night.
And what is your background? What type did you work in? A profession outside the home, or you been a housewife most of your life?
Just an old housewife.
Are you a native Oklahoman?
Yes.
From where?
The big town of Sasakwa.
Sasakwa.
And I bet nobody
Oh,
knows
I've
where
lived in
that's
Oklahoma most of my life. In fact, my dad was born and raised in Slapout.
I've
But
seen
I've
that
never
up
heard
there.
of, what do you call it?
Sasakwa.
Where is Sasakwa?
That's down east. You know where Holdenville is?
Yeah.
Okay. You know where the Y of Wewoka and Holdenville is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go that 56 highway, and you run right into it. It's just about a ghost town now. We was down there about 2 weeks ago when they had a reunion down there on my mother's side.
So you still got a lot of family down there.
Yeah, some cousins I didn't know. I met a bunch of them. Just a few cousins, but just real cousins, you know, then the second and third and probably fourth cousin.
Yeah.
I didn't know none of them.
I met her stepmom and her brother-in-law before I ever met her. I knew part of the family before I ever met her.
Uh-huh. So how did you hear about Skyline?
What I think?
How did you hear about Skyline, about this service here?
Oh, I drove bus for a while for Salvation Army.
Uh-huh.
And she had played music down there several times before they remodeled it. Now they don't have room.
So what kind of music do you play? What instruments?
I play electric bass and sing.
Play electric bass.
Mm-hmm.
A lady bass player.
Mm-hmm.
My son plays the bass at First Baptist Church down in Mansfield, Texas.
Okay.
And there's nothing like a good old bass to set the rhythm. In fact, the bass kind of replaces the drums and everything else, don't
Yeah, it really
we don't
does.
have
Especially in bluegrass, you know.
Yeah.
They don't have drums in bluegrass, they just have the bass. And a lot of the bands have the upright bass, the old
Right.
doghouse. But I graduated from that to electric bass. And it got all stolen one night. My electric bass, my amplifier. They broke into our car and got everything.
Oh, my.
We was on television for about 4 or 5 times about all this.
Now, when you say we, who are you talking about?
Well,
Do
us.
you have a band or just the two of you?
We have.
Well, we have a complete band.
Oh, you really?
In fact, he's probably got a card.
Oh, yeah, probably have.
And what kind of instruments do you play?
I do all the carrying, hard work.
I see.
He
Okay.
dances with all the good-looking women.
There you go, dancing with
If
all
they
the
can't
good-
dance, you take them with widow women and squeeze them real tight and they'll kick their legs out. Thank you.
What got you interested in music in the first place?
You know, my dad used to play some piano at church down at Sasakwa.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know. And then my brother wanted to learn how to play the guitar, and Daddy could play the guitar a little bit. Well, my brother let me play a little bit, and he showed me some chords on the guitar. But anyhow, we started going to that Jane Brooks School of the Blind at Chickasha.
Uh-huh.
And my husband then, he said, you know, I'd like for us to do something. We had 3 boys and a girl. And he said, get all of them to play something. So I got my daughter on the piano. That's what she wanted. And 2 sons on the banjo and 1 son on the fiddle. So we could get out and play. Well, one of my sons took 1 lesson on the banjo, and he said, that's it, no more. But my other son, he still plays banjo. And he's a real good little banjo player.
So you called yourself the Oklahoma Country Express
Yes,
Band.
right.
And I see, according to the picture here, you had, 3 guitars, a fiddle, and what's the other? It looks like 5 instruments. What is?
My bass.
In your bass, okay. So do you still play?
Oh, every Friday night in Midwest City. I mean, in Nakoma Park.
In Nakoma?
And once a month play down in a nursing home or assisted living deal.
Okay.
And
is that something that anybody can attend, or is it a closed?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now tell me again, where do you play, and time and date? And
We play every Friday night at Nakoma Park Community Center.
Nakoma Park Community Center. That's off of 23rd Street out
Yes,
there
right
on
off-
Choctaw Road.
No,
It's outside Choctaw Road.
Yes, it is.
No. Northeast 23rd and Westminster were about 3/4 mile on the right hand side.
Okay.
2221 Nichols Drive, but it'd be hard to find out there.
the guy that fixed our cards up was our fiddle player, and he didn't put where we play every Friday night.
Just put your name and phone numbers. Huh?
Yeah, he said for bookings, and that's what he put. We play, and then we start at 7 o'clock, take a break at 8 o'clock, and they bring all kinds of food to eat so we can get fat, you know. And then they can dance it off.
Randy, I'll tell you what, I think one of the most exciting things being around here would be a chance to meet these these kind of people, and you got a whole room full of them in there.
We do. That is who we serve. We serve the working poor. We serve kids. We serve seniors. We serve everyone. That is our mission here. It's about fellowship, not only just serving them in other ways, but fellowship comes along with it. Getting to know new people. My job is fulfilling in just the fact of the people that I get to be around each day.
Now, when I went into the dining rooms a while ago, several of the people, when I tried to speak to them, knew the word hello, but after that, it was mostly Spanish. What percentage of your group here would be Latinos?
We are in, we just actually moved some of our programs here at this facility. But I would say a good 20%, and that's just off the top of my head, is Hispanic. Mm-hmm. We are in a heavily populated Hispanic area.
Okay. So even today we've met people with an Indian background, the Latinos, which I didn't bother to interview because I don't speak Spanish at all, and of course people with a very wide range. This is really an incredible opportunity to just visit with you. I appreciate so much what you're doing. Now, again, the location of this Skyline Urban Ministry is at 500 Southeast 15th, Oklahoma City. That's just about 2 blocks east of Central, I believe, isn't it?
Yes.
Right on 15th?
Yes.
What's the phone number where people can reach you?
405-632-2644.
Okay, now let's do that again. Of course, 405, and the number is
236-2640. I'm sorry, I just completely messed that all up. 405-632-2644 or 236-5212.
Oh, very good. Hey, listen, it's been so great. I've enjoyed this time visiting with you and meeting some of your people, and I hope a lot of our listeners will come by, get a chance to meet you, get acquainted with you. We've run out of time, though. That's all we can do today, so until this same time next week, I hope you'll be kind to everybody you meet. Do something good for somebody, especially yourself, and we'll see you this same time next week. Bye-bye now.
I'm on the top of the world looking down on creation, and the only explanation I can find is the love that I've found ever since you've been around. Your love's put me at the top of the world.